على رسول الله اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help our brothers and sisters in Palestine, in Syria, and everywhere else in the Muslim world. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us all victory in all of our matters and to protect us and our children, our families, all of our Muslim brothers and sisters, and to keep us always on the straight path. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give shifa to all those who are not feeling well. May Allah give us all good health and good state of faith, of iman, to keep us always on the straight path. We are still talking about Surah Al-Waqi'ah, and last time we said again these ayat are going to be talking in depth about hellfire, and this is mercy from Allah to tell us about hellfire, because as we mentioned before, He did not keep it a secret. Many people might think it's not a big deal, but since Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained to us and gave us the smallest of details about how that place looks like and how it feels in there, and of course it's not something we can even imagine, but again it is scary enough for us to try our best to stay away from that place by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So last time we said أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ثم إنكم أيها الضالون المكذبون لآكلون من شجر من زقوم. We talked about إن شجرة الزقوم طعام الأثيم. This is the food of the sinner, someone who's been indulging in sin, someone who has been, it's not a matter of making a mistake one time or two times. A theme, someone who has become sin himself from the ithm. That's what he does, sin after sin. And even in that situation, if we make tawbah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is forgiving and merciful, as long as that is done before the time of death. So, لآكلون من شجر من زقوم فمالئون منها البطون. They're going to fill up their stomachs with that zaqum food. Now, again, we mentioned before, why will anyone fill up their stomachs with something that's so terrible like that? Because of the pain of hunger. And the more they eat, the more hungry they get. And the more they want to eat. And hunger, by the way, maybe, alhamdulillah, Allah gave us so much ni'mah, may Allah not take it away from us. But when we are fasting in Ramadan, we get hungry to a certain point. But we have not, and inshallah we don't get to that point, some people, because the lack of food, the body asks for food, and then you don't give it the food, that feeling of hunger becomes pain. It's no longer hunger. It's pain, basically just pain. And the more time goes by without eating, the more painful it will be. And even if they eat at this point, they will not get the enjoyment of eating, by the way. If somebody eats after getting to this point of extreme hunger, they don't enjoy it. But at least the pain might stop. So those people, because of the pain, why would anybody want to eat zaqum, this terrible thing in hellfire? Because the pain is worse. And if they don't eat it, the pain is increasing. When they eat it, they don't get full. So they think that if we eat more, we're going to get full. So imagine this cycle, subhanallah, how difficult is that? فَمَالِئُونَ مِنْهَا الْبُطُونَ فَشَارِبُونَ عَلَيْهِ مِنَ الْحَمِيمِ. This zaqum will get stuck in the throat. So they want to push it down. The only available drink in hellfire is the burning, the boiling water. And that is the hamim. So they will push it back with, basically somebody is burning from the inside and the outside in hellfire. May Allah save us from that. فَشَارِبُونَ شُرْبَ الْهِيمِ. Now this word is very interesting, him. In the past, what they used to do to the camels before traveling, they want to travel, go a long distance. So what they do is they prevent the camel from drinking for a while. They put something on the mouth of the camel. When they are about to depart, they give the camel a lot of water. The camel is very thirsty, has not drank for a long time. So it drinks so much to get ready for the trip. So this is how much they drink. Somebody is extremely thirsty. Another meaning for him, it's a disease that affects the camels, and it's lethal. The camel, when the camel gets that disease, it dies. What does it do? You know, in our brains, and again, I studied this from medical school. I still remember certain things from medical school. Maybe I'm a good doctor. I can open a clinic, inshallah. When somebody comes, I'll tell him, you know, كل نفس ذائقة الموت. They will not come back again. Everybody's going to die one day, so don't worry about it. Anyway, there is a certain place in our brain that tells us that you are full. It's not in the stomach. The feeling of thirst is not in the stomach. It's not in the digestive system even. It's in the brain. So if this center is not working, no matter how much a person drinks, he'll still be thirsty. It's called heme, this disease. It affects only camels. There is a version for human beings, but it's very rare. But for the camels, it's quite common. They know that disease. The camel keeps drinking, keeps drinking, keeps drinking. It does not stop because it's always thirsty until it dies. It dies because of drinking, subhanAllah. So this is called heme. Imagine how terrible that is. If somebody is like this, they keep eating zaqum, they don't get full, so they eat more. It gets stuck in the throat, they drink hamim. They get even more thirsty, so they drink more. The cycle continues, and we're not talking about a couple of days. We're talking about يعني خالدين فيها أبدا إلا من رحم ربي. Of course, some people, Allah might forgive them and let them out after some time. But when we explain about hellfire and we talk about it in this way, we wonder how can we disobey Allah after that? How can we do something that we know does not make Allah happy with us? May Allah save us from hellfire. Inshallah, we'll continue next time.